What's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video we'll be going over the Chronicles of the Hornet, a classic corrosive pistol that has appeared in most Borderlands games as itself, with a suspiciously similar weapon appearing in another. I'll be covering its entire journey from the original Borderlands 1's repeater to the burst fire machine we know today. I'll be letting you know just how good it is in each game and where you can get one. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, and hey, maybe you could even subscribe. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what weapon you'd like to see chronicled next. There is a few I have at the top of my list already, and whether this is a gun you want to see in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And let's crack into it. We first saw the Hornet in the original Borderlands game, dropping like most legendaries from anything and everyone, although quite rarely. I got mine from the chest room at Tartarus Station, which you can find around here after completing the Claptrap's new Robot Revolution DLC. Its red text reads, "Feel the sting," which is the sensation I experience after eating into an orange too fast and getting some of its juice in my eye. It's a Dahl repeater that can only come in corrosive in either ×2, ×3 or ×4 strength. It's not a pestilent defiler by any means, serving as more of a well-rounded weapon, but is still capable of dishing out heavy damage. By only ever coming in corrosive, it always deals increased damage against armoured opponents, such as certain Crimson Lance enemies and their turrets. It will also apply a debuff to your enemies whenever you inflict its status effect, causing subsequent attacks to deal 15% more damage. It's not your typical repeater pistol, as it fires in a 2-round burst with very little burst delay, which allows you to rail off quickfire rounds at a pace even fully automatic pistols struggle to match. Its burst fire likens it more towards a combat rifle that is much better in close quarters, and that's definitely where it shines. In the original Borderlands game, it could spawn with the Dove barrel to add infinite ammo on top of everything else, but it seems that has been removed, at least from the enhanced Game of the Year edition. Overall, the original Hornet started off in a great place, never struggling to get the job done. The Hornet then appeared in Borderlands 2 as the first ever legendary you could possibly obtain. That's a great token to have, and I'm really happy it has that honour. You can obtain one by farming Knuckledragger, you know, the bullymong who rips out Claptrap's eye, who you fight around in Windshare Waste, around in this area of the map, and its red text reads, "Fear the Swarm." In Borderlands 2, the Hornet stayed true to its predecessor, only coming in corrosive and maintaining its burst fire capabilities, with the Dahl Corporation clearly drawing inspiration from the original, applying its burst fire effect across every Dahl weapon. However, its burst fire shifted, only occurring while aiming down sights and unleashing 6 bullets per tap of the trigger. This Hornet is just a better version of the original, and there's a few reasons for that. One is the abundance of armoured enemies in the game. There's so many loader bots that you need a corrosive weapon to deal with them quickly, and there's not much better than this. That's helped through its increased burst fire count and its explosive rounds, which deal 80% splash damage that is boosted by grenade damage, which Axton and Krieg can enhance. Even though it only comes in corrosive, don't let that freak you out. If it's fantastic against armor, it's great against flesh, and you can even get a ×2 variant to double down on the damage dealing. However, like most Dahl weapons, it does lack in fight for your life as you can't aim, making it difficult to get a second wind. In saying that, if you're looking for a great corrosive weapon, you won't find much better, and the Hornet is infinitely easier to obtain. Over to the pre-sequel now, and the Hornet didn't officially appear here, but there is a gun that feels suspiciously similar, and that is the Blowfly. It has the red text, "These Flies," which I hear was also the title of the final film in the Fly trilogy that we never got to see. The Blowfly is a gun with a similar name and even more similar effect, dropping from Egghood, who you fight around here in Veins of Helios, which you can access by exiting the map around here in the Lunar Launching Station. You fight Egghood as part of the mission Eradicate, which is a mission that Doctor Who fans will love. You can start it after completing the quarantine questline down on the bounty board in Jack's office.
Exterminate.
Like the Hornet, the Blowfly only comes in corrosive and fires not in a 6 but a 7-round burst while aiming down sights. Its projectiles launch from its barrel like flies from a cannon. They don't fly straight, instead they buzz through the air, vibrating intensely. That makes it a little hard to land the entire burst, but you can counter that by using it in close ranges. Following in the Hornet's footsteps, or rather bullet holes, the Blowfly also deals splash damage with 80% bonus grenade damage. In the pre-sequel, the Blowfly is a decent gun. It will do damage and is a good option against armoured opponents, but the big problem here is there's hardly any. It's close to being a Hornet, but not quite close enough, so its legacy survives another game untainted. We come to today, where the Hornet returns as a base game weapon with its legacy intact. Again, it only comes in corrosive, only fires in a burst, and has an increased chance to drop from the Mother of Grogans, who you fight in the sewers of the Anvil, accessed around here. It has the same red text as the Borderlands 2 variant, which is something I can respect, reading Fear the Swarm, which is yet again something your enemies should do. In Borderlands 3, the Hornet continued its upward trend, serving as the best version of itself. It again fires in a 6-round burst and deals splash damage, but this time it doesn't matter whether you're aiming or not, it will always unleash 6 rounds. That's a homage to the original Hornet, and it goes a step further by allowing you to hold down the trigger and continue watching as rapid bursts rip from its barrel. Those 6 rounds come at over 12 rounds a second with very little burst fire delay, making it a high powered and fluid damage dealer. Because it deals splash damage, it is great on modes who can increase both the radius and power of its explosions. It's the perfect corrosive weapon, made even better by coming explosive, and certainly doesn't disappoint against other health bars. Looking over the history of the Hornet, there's not a single game that it's lacked in. It has been one of, if not the best choice corrosive weapon to farm, melting armor quicker than most, and performing well against other health types. The Blowfly was the closest we got in the pre-sequel, but nothing beats a true Hornet, and I hope it's a gun that we can see once again. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned about the Hornet's history across all Borderlands games. Don't forget to let me know in the comments which weapon you want to see covered next, and whether the Hornet is a gun you want to see back bursting again in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'll catch you in the next one.